Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and I said in my little news video where I talked about the fact that the God Goku LR was coming to Global, that I would do a more detailed breakdown of the banner, what I think about it, whether I think you should summon, and the benefits and disadvantages of that process. So I think, long story short, I'm sure a load of you are probably thinking this already. I'm sure someone will have probably typed it in the comments immediately, but for the general, like, Dokkan population, I guess, the majority of you, this banner is probably a skip for a multitude of reasons. Now, obviously, we know from all the crazy hype that I'm sure you've all been seeing on Facebook and Twitter, I seriously doubt there are a lot of you, even if you are proud global mains like myself, that are completely insulated from everything that's going on JP. So you probably know about how hype the 5-year units are, like the Gogeta and the Vegeta are absolutely ridiculous. So as always, when hype stuff comes out for the anniversary on JP, people are already talking about skipping everything until the 5-year, which, to be honest, if you're free to play, I would definitely not say is a bad idea. Like, you know, we all know how Dokkan can be sometimes with the rates. If you're free to play and you really want those ridiculously powerful 5-year LRs, then you probably should be skipping everything. I still think like one multi on Cooler just to see, because he's just so damn good. But hey, that's just me. I advise people to be very careful with their stones. But there's a couple of reasons why this banner is good, and then there's a couple of good reasons to skip, like not including the 5-year. We're not really going to factor like saving the 5-year for the 5-year into the discussion, because some people are just going to always do that anyway. So first of all, let's talk about the banner. So obviously the featured units, like any LR banner, we got a ton of featured SSRs. Is that 12? Yeah, 12 featured SSRs. So obviously we have the LR Goku in his base. He's summonable as base Goku, which means he does have a farmable super attack, which is cool. Then we got GOKU. He's incredibly useful. He's a very good support unit for any team that he can fit onto. So he is actually very good. The two God Vegeta and Gokus are very good. Obviously, if you pull this Goku on this banner and the LR, you can't run them together. But the God Vegeta is a pretty good linking partner for the God Goku. He obviously has like warrior gods, godly power over in a flash, so they will link very well together. The Weskai is a support unit for Realm of Gods, so even though she technically doesn't fit onto the LR God Goku's leader skill, because remember, he is a Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans leader, but of course he is on Realm of Gods, so if you're running him on your Realm of Gods team rather than using him as a leader, then she's a good support for that. The physical Kaioken Goku is one of those units. He's kind of in a weird place. Like, he's really good, but like for me personally, I don't ever use him. Like, I don't have any teams where I feel like he takes precedence over some of the other units that I can use on that team. Then you got the INT Beerus. I mean, he's okay. STR Beerus is getting his Easy A the same day this banner drops, so he's pretty good. Weirus is an interesting choice, being that he is a fusions unit. We haven't seen them featured in a long time. He's pretty decent. He's an orb changer. He doesn't really have much use in today's meta. And then, of course, because it's a God Goku LR summon banner, we have to have the other 3 God Gokus on here, which is a massive troll, because obviously if you actually do manage to pull the LR in a few multis, and you've also pulled a couple of copies of these guys, you're not going to use them because you just got the new LR. So interesting choice of units. I would say apart from this Beerus, if we moved this STR Beerus to here, then I would say the top row are all very good units, worth having on your teams at least. Obviously the LR kind of goes without saying. Great support unit. Vegeta's really good. God Goku's good, but again, it's kind of a bit annoying he's on this banner since he is also technically a God Goku unit. So they're pretty good. So that is one benefit to the banner, because as we know, like, these legendary summon banners, they are often filled with featured SSRs that are just absolute garbage that you do not want to pull whatsoever. I mean, there's a couple on here. I would say the INT Beerus is outdated enough that you probably don't want to see him. Same with the INT God Goku. Probably the Weirus as well. He has some use. He's probably only really useful if you're using a physical team to do like the nuking events, like the punch bag thing. But yeah, he's not very useful, but it's definitely not as bad as it could have been. Now, one of the reasons that some of you may be aware of, one big reason to potentially skip this banner is we should have Cooler coming up next as the next Dokkan Fest. Then after that, if we follow the schedule of JP, it should be Android 13. Now Android 13, if you're skipping Cooler, then Android 13 is definitely a skip. I feel like Dokkan made a bad mistake on JP releasing them in that order, because they released Cooler, everyone went nuts because he's so good, and then they released Android 13, who's good but like not great and not as good as Cooler. But after Android 13, they released this, which is the LR Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku from the end of the Android 13 movie, but it was a double rates SSR banner. So unlike the Rising Dragon Carnivals that we see, like we've got on at the moment, it was not only a double rates banner, but it has an LR featured. So I saw so many screenshots of people from JP doing a couple of multis on this banner and pulling multiple LRs. Now obviously you're always going to see screenshots like that, and it doesn't reflect, like, I'm not saying if you wait for this banner you can do 3 multis and pull a bunch of LRs, right? But the rates are a lot higher. And again, if we look at this banner, I guess if we cut out, say, this Goku, the Spirit Bomb Goku here, the top row units are all very good. This is the Trunks that we've only just got on the Future Gohan banner, so if, like me, you didn't really go in on that banner, I do not have this guy. Obviously, he's in the general SSR pool, so potentially, if this is coming after Cooler, I may have pulled a copy of him, but he is featured here, so it's a good chance for you to get him. This Vegeta is very good on Movie Heroes and Vegeta Family. He's good on Super Battle Road because he has a high chance to stun. This Piccolo is really good for the World Tournament team that I used to run, the STR Nuking team. He's a nuke leader, he's also an AoE unit. You can basically build a team full of STR AoE units and just completely demolish the World Tournament. Shout out to my boy Mystic Shadow, still rocking that team. Then we've got this Vegeta that awakens to Super Vegeta. He's also very good. There's probably no other Super Vegeta that's better, so he definitely fits well onto any teams that he's in. We'll ignore this guy, and then of course the Spirit Bomb, the Super Saiyan Goku from the Cooler movie. We know he just got an Easy A. Same with this Vegeta, actually. I did showcases for them, of course. Both very strong units on their respective family or Pure Saiyans teams with their Easy A's. Then we got the old school physical Piccolo. It's not the new one. In fact, actually, I think was it these 4, or maybe not this Trunks. I think some combination of these 4 got Easy A's on Dokkan with a annoying Extreme Z area, not like a proper Easy A, around the time that this banner came out as well. So the fact that they're on there, it might seem weird to us on Global because these are all super outdated units, but around the time of this banner, they all got an Easy A. So, and then of course this is the Goku. That's obviously the summonable form that you'll see. That's his TUR, and then that is the LR. You've probably seen the animation floating around. It's the weird, like, zoomed in gums close up that everybody's been memeing about. I mean, it is basically how the shot looks in the movie, but I kind of wish they'd corrected it because I don't like looking at it. Like, this guy is like a top 10 unit in the game, probably. Maybe even top 5, but like, his super attack animation weirds me out so much, it actually puts me off summoning for him. But I mean, I will be summoning on this banner because obviously you guys know, having a channel, I kind of summon on more banners than maybe I would if I didn't. But a double rates banner with a featured LR. And then of course, if we go down to the unfeatured, I wasn't going to scroll all the way down, but fortunately it's quite near the top. Obviously God Goku's going to be on here because he was the previously released LR, so he just goes straight into the unfeatured pool. The androids, LR Kale and Caulifla, Broly. So obviously all of the LRs are going to be on here. So this is a double rates banner with all the LRs, a featured LR. So when you compare this to this, like this, the Spirit Bomb Goku banner just blows this banner out of the water. Now, the only advantage, of course, on summoning on this banner is if you really, really want the God Goku, then you can summon on Monday rather than having to wait like another, I don't know, month and a half until that other LR banner comes out. And of course, being that he is the main featured LR, you might be able to pull him, whereas of course on this banner, even with the heightened rates, you could pull 3 or 4 LRs and none of them be the God Goku. So it's a very interesting mix. It kind of depends. If you're really, really like after this guy, then I guess it is probably worth you trying a couple of summons, but legendary banners are always dangerous. Like, I have got into these banners before and done a couple of 100 stones and pulled like 2 or 3 LRs, and then I've gone into these banners before and done like 750 stones and pulled no LRs. So you got to be very, very careful when you're thinking about summoning on legendary banners. If you're free to play, then yeah, just absolutely 100% skip this banner. So this one, however, I think this is harder to advise people to skip. Like, even if you are free to play, I would say it's probably worth maybe 1 or 2 multis, just because it is double rates. But again, this banner is still fairly easy to skip for free to play players, I would say. So I just wanted to go over very quickly some stuff about the God Goku. So this is the summonable version. We did look at it briefly on the video the other day. I just wanted to highlight, so of course he does have a farmable super attack. He uses medals from the Battle of Gods story event to awaken, which will have come back at the same time as the banner. So if the banner's up, this event will be up depending on when you're watching this video. And then to get him from TUR, I love his TUR art. To get him from TUR to LR, you need 2 more sets of medals from that same story event, and then medals from the OG Beerus Dokkan event. So I think they updated it so you do get more than 1 medal per run. So if you're lucky, you can probably get all 7 medals in like anywhere between 1 and 3 runs, because I think it drops between, is it like 2 and it might be 7 medals per drop. So maybe best, like probably average scenario, 2 runs on his old event and you can get those medals. And then of course that awakens him to the LR God Goku. I did bring up the Battle of Gods event here. There's a farmable Goku from this event, but he's only an R that awakens into like an SR Super Saiyan Goku. So that's not how you want to do this. I'm not sure if that event will still be up, but the best way to do it is the Broly story event, where there is the Coat Goku who literally drops as an SSR. So you can just farm up a bunch of those for a 50% chance. So as you can see, going through the stages, those are all of the various medals. You get anywhere between 0 and 2 or 3 drop, depending on your luck. So of course, if you have your boosts saved up, if you do pull the God Goku, that's probably the best way to go about that. So, and one last thing I did want to show is just a quick little thing at the end. Because I was saying in his video, I really like the fact that his leader skill combines these 2 categories in ways that we haven't really seen before. So you can make some kind of interesting teams. Like I did mention the fact that the Go Bros, because they have Siblings Bond and Goku family, there's obviously a lot of Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans that fit under that leader skill. But there's also a lot that don't. So if I quickly flick over to the game view here, so here you can see just one of the example teams that I've built. Obviously the STR God Goku is standing in for the INT LR. So like I said when talking about his banner, the STR Vegeta is going to be a really good link partner for him. He has Godly Power, he has Warrior Gods, he has Over in a Flash and Super Saiyan. So those are pretty much the main links that you're going to want active for this Goku. They don't share Shattering the Limit, but that's only a key link. They do share Over in a Flash, which of course 3 key, very useful. Then I put on the Go Bros and Gohan. Now obviously you could run them as a rotation under the Go Bros leader skill, but you can't run the God Vegeta. And then of course Turles and Bulla, both 40% supports. Turles of course could not be run under the Go Bros leader skill either. So I think this team would be pretty good. And then one other random example that I threw together was this one. The Easy Aid Kaioken Goku is of course a very good link partner for this guy. I think he's missing one of the gods. I think, does he have Warrior Gods? Yeah, he has Warrior Gods, but not Godly Power. But he, of course, has Super Saiyan and Over in a Flash. And then you got the Tech Transforming Trunks and the Physical Transforming Vegeta. As soon as Trunks transforms, they share a ton of links. And then, obviously, eventually, Vegeta is going to go up into the God forms as well. So you could, if you wanted to, mix and match these rotations a little bit. And then, of course, we've got Bulla again. And then I bought the Broly and Paragus because they are a 40% support, and they do not fit under the Go Bros leader skill either. I guess I do realise they are only for supporting for Pure Saiyans or joined forces, aren't they? So I guess realistically I've filtered here by Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans. I mean, just look at the amount of options that you've got going on here. Of course, LR, Kale and Caulifla are on here. You could easily put them on. But yeah, I guess this is probably just going to be another one of those team builds where you would actually put Turles on instead. since he does support everybody. But this team will be awesome. Like, once Trunks is transformed, this rotation will be very powerful. And then, of course, the two God Gokus together will be very powerful. And then you'll just have the God Goku floating. So, obviously, these aren't like the most optimal. I literally just put these together very quickly before recording, just as an example of mixing and matching some Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans who are not normally on the same teams together. So, I do think this could work out very nicely. Of course, you could also run like both the LR Super Saiyan 4s, because again, they wouldn't fit under the sort of Go Bros. I keep using the Go Bros as an example because they are the only one of them, well, I say the only, but they're one of the main leader skills that allows you to run Hybrid Saiyans and Pure Saiyans together. But there's still quite a bit of restriction there, because obviously you can't run any sort of Vegeta units except for like the 1 or 2 blues that are on Siblings Bond. Whereas here you can run these two guys together, the Tech Transforming Trunks and Transforming Vegeta, and they would be very good. You could run the LR Super Saiyan 4s together, because whilst you can run Goku under the Go Bros leader skill, you can't run Vegeta. So there's some very good examples there. So yeah, couple of random examples. I realised I made a mistake with the second one with the support, but hey, like I said, I threw them together just before I recorded the video. So overall, I do think he's an incredibly good unit. I love the fact that he has this greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns on his 18 key. That is really good. He's going to tank really well. Plus the fact he has, even if you don't pull any dupes, if you just manage to pull the 1 copy of him, units that are at 55% but that still get the ability to do hidden potential things is really good. So the fact that for 7 turns he has a 50% chance to dodge and a 50% chance to crit is awesome, because even if you don't pull any dupes, he's still going to be able to crit for you. Obviously, as an INT unit, he would have level 5 dodge, but that's only a 5% chance, so you're more likely to see him actually dodging thanks to his passive. So overall, he's a very good unit. You can make some very interesting teams. His banner is definitely not the best, so like I said, if you're free to play, or you're somebody who maybe only spends like, I don't know, $10 a month, $20 a month, something like that, I still would advise that you save for the 5-year, or save for, you know, save for like a couple of multis on Cooler, maybe a couple of multis on the double rates SSR banner. But I think unless you are a whale, or you're just someone who hugely loves Super Saiyan God Goku and loves this unit, I would say this banner is definitely a skip. And then if you are a massive whale, feel free to throw a few multis out. I mean, obviously, whale's going to whale, so it's not like me telling you not to summon is going to make any difference, especially if you are a huge fan of God Goku. Like I said, I think he's a great unit. I would love to have him in my box, but I'm probably only going to do a couple of multis because, as you know, your boy is saving for Cooler. So there you go. And the double rates banner of potentially after Cooler is going to be very tempting. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. Are you going to summon for him? Are you going to skip? I'm very interested to see. Obviously, I am going to be able to do at least 1 or 2 videos about him, because I'm sure somebody on my friends list will pull him with at least 1 dupe. So I'm thinking of, as I said in the team sort of construction thing, the Go Bros has a pretty decent crossover with Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans. So I think you could make a very interesting team with the Go Bros as the lead and then a friend God Goku. So we can definitely try that out and see how that sort of team would work in Super Battle Road as well. So anyway, that is going to be it for the video, guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.